first, that was special because it meant we cracked into that rare group of teams that have won a state title. I thought in 2008 when we won our second, that proved that the first one wasn't a fluke, that it wasn't just a group of players who went through here, it was really a program. And now having won our third, I think that means that we belong with the better teams in the state, and I think that's all it means at this point. Tonight I'm very excited about this team and this win. I'm not thinking about the other two as much tonight, but I'm sure as I look back over time, each one will have a special place.
Brad, not a lot of sophomores play major roles on Wayzata football teams. How big of a night did Mitch have, given that fact?
Mitch is a very humble person, and he'll be the first one to give his offensive line credit, but the other thing about him is he is an unbelievably talented athlete, and he's an incredible downhill skier. We are very fortunate that he's playing football. He's got great balance. He's got great determination. For a guy who's not very big, he's pretty strong too. And I know he would give his offensive line credit, but obviously he made those runs happen as well.
I asked you in the middle of the season if you made a decision to give some more carries to him and maybe fewer to Aaron Roth because Aaron was playing two ways. Was that the case at all? Or?
Well, I think as the season, we had three backs earlier this year, and then one of our backs sprained his ankle a couple weeks ago, and we were lucky we had another, junior who stepped in and played pretty well for us, Eric Rotai. The nice thing about Turtles, we can leave them on the field, move them from receiver, move them to tailback, and then just say stay out there and catch some punts or play some defense for us. So Aaron's our do-everything player. He's our utility knife player, and he really made Mitch into the running back he is this year by coaching him. He was very humble about sharing his position. Here he's the senior captain, and he could have easily said, no, this is my team, I'm the running back. And he said there's enough carries for all of us, and it worked out well.
If you guys were forced to punt from your own end zone, how important of a stop was that? The game kind of turned right there on that possession.
Yeah, I thought they made a great call. I thought they were going to go for it on fourth down, and not that they couldn't have made it for a yard and a half, but I thought, boy, that's the kind of thing that gives us field position. I would have loved for them to try that at that point. They made, I thought, a really good call punting us deep, and then the ball rolls and rolls and rolls and stops at about the 6-inch line. At that point, I'm thinking, we just got to get out here far enough so that we can punt the ball and play some defense. And we just missed on the slant pass in the first down. Got a little bit of field position, but not much. And our punt coverage team did a pretty good job tonight for us.
Situations, they give me a lot of pointers and they push me, and I push them, and we're just a triangle.
Have you been caught yet this year when you're getting the open field? Your 9 touchdowns before this?
Gosh, I don't think so. What? I have one. Well, I got caught once against Osceola.
All year you got caught one time. So once out of 13 touchdowns, or one time, just 13 times I didn't catch you.
Yeah.
Mitch, how old are you?
I'm 15.
Mitch, what other sports do you do?
I'm an alpine downhill skier. That's my main sport, and that's my love. And I come out here.
That's your main sport?
I mean, I don't know, football and skiing. I put a lot of motion on skiing, and it comes into football. It comes into play, and I use what I learn in skiing and put it on the field.
In what way?
It's a lot of mental toughness in skiing because it's an individual sport.
Which one do? You do
alpine downhill.
Just downhill.
Downhill,
okay.
slalom, GS, Super G.
Are you competing at a national level?
Yes. Top 10 in the world for my age, and it's a lot of stress. You got to keep it mentally tough in that, and I just put it onto here and just got to play the game like it is.
Sorry about that.
Thank you. Sasha, your team won big and won big tonight on the back of Mitch Underhill. Talk about his performance and what it means to your team offensively and as your team to your team as a whole.
He played unbelievable. Makes things happen on nothing. Gets in the hole. You can't see him. All of a sudden, you look up. 2 seconds later, he's running down the field, 50-yard touchdown. He did it 4 times. But he played unbelievably, stepped up. Aaron Ross is a good running back too. He had to play defense because we needed him on defense. So unfortunately, couldn't play, but Mitch really stepped up. But it all starts off the line.
What does this mean to you to cap your season with the state championship?
It's unbelievable. If you think about it, we've been working 9 years for it. Almost since 4th grade. So it's just really exciting for us.
How about going undefeated this year? Was that a goal from the start? Did you guys have any doubt you could do it?
Yeah, our goals at our spring meeting were first we just want to beat Otan. Then we want to go out and we wanted to win the conference. Then we want to go out, win the section, and then the last goal was to win a state championship. So for us to come out and win a state championship is one thing, but to do it undefeated is another thing. We're one of only 2 teams, I think, to ever go undefeated and win a state championship. So that's a really proud feeling.
Aaron, you've obviously been a huge part of the team throughout the year. You looked a little nervous tonight, and you muffed that punt. What happened out there?
I was so concerned about the guys around me and that I was going to get hit that I just quickly took my eyes off it for a second. Just a Cardinal saying, never take your eyes off it. But I just looked up at the last second, lost it for half a second, and I just muffed it. But things happen and adversity hits you.
Looks like Coach went right back to you right after that play. What does that say to you in terms of his confidence in you?
That's a respect thing. I really appreciate it. The respect that he has for me is unbelievable. For him to have confidence in me, to give me the ball right back after a play like that means a lot. And I just got to thank the coaches for everything they've done.
What's it mean to win the state championship?
It's unbelievable. I can't put it into words. It's unbelievable.
Mitch and Turtle.
Thanks.
Relationship and how that works.
Oh my God, I can't. There's enough time for that. Brad and I have had since 2003 probably as good a working relationship as you possibly could. I've always said it publicly, but the fact he has faith in me to kind of take the D, and he doesn't ever give me any grief, and he's unbelievably professional all the time, and he gives me freedom, and he lets me do things, and he's the most egoless coach I've ever had a chance to work with. I mean, we're a pretty egocentric profession, I'm included, and he is unbelievable in that. And I've always felt just lucky that I found a job where he's kind of my partner in crime, and it's been an unbelievable relationship these last 7 or 8 years.
How do you feel like the players take to his coaching style?
I mean, obviously the results are kind of tell you how they take to it, and I think he's got a very calming presence and a very nothing overwhelms him. He's a very let's take this day by day. He doesn't act too high, doesn't act too low, and we're kind of a perfect mix. I think us two together, we kind of balance each other's out. There's times he knows I'm wound up and then he calms down. There's other times I know he's wound up and I calm down. And so I think we have a good kind of good cop, bad cop relationship sometimes that we have to do.